YouTube, it's Brian Phillips. Look at this. RCHacker batteries. I had these guys reach out to us on an email and they're like, hey, do you want to try this battery? And I'm like, why would I not want to try a battery? So this is 4S 1500, but it's a 100C pack. That's crazy. XT60 end, regular balanced lead. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fly this on 4S and then guess what? We're gonna put it on 6 beautiful S's. It's gonna be crazy because this thing is pretty intense on 4S, let alone 6S. I do have it pushed forward as far as I can get it with the front strap just kind of seated on the front end of the battery. Okay, so without further ado, obviously this is the P-51 from FMS with the reflex and a 620 installed, so no stabilization via Spectrum. The stabilization comes from FMS, which is pretty sweet. So we're gonna see if I can get this thing turned around. Actually, I'm not sure which direction. It's kind of confused. Let's just go. Let's just go here.
I was just waiting for.
It's just so incredible, guys. Okay, out of the throttle. We're gonna go inside about 4 steps back toward the runway. You know, the wind isn't as noticeable with this plane as it was with the Prodigy we were just filming. Wow, that is incredible. Folks, I love the way this plane flies. I wasn't sure when we first got it. A little bit of rudder there just to keep her going straight. On 4S, it's a firecracker. This thing is gonna be a rocket ship on 6S. Okay, 15% throttle. That is just nuts. We do have a voltage alarm plugged in. Love the yellow, folks. Oh, absolutely love it. Okay, full landing flaps here. Just see if we can slow it down a little bit for a beautiful pass. Look at that, guys. Oh, love it, folks. Okay, out of the flaps, into the throttle. And tremendous amount of P factor. I have to hold about 15% rudder just to keep the thing going straight. Okay, you good?
Mm-hmm.
Camera crew, let's go over here, see if we can get the lighting behind us. Just to the edge of the runway and then beyond about 7 steps into the grass. Good job. Okay, right over the vampire killing zone, a little bit of throttle just to get us a low pass. Beautiful, right under the power lines. Nice relaxed turn. 50% throttle, 60% throttle, 70% throttle here. Can hear manned aircraft, but it's way over in the sun, so we should be fine. He's chopping his throttle right now. Okay, full throttle, right over the power line. That is incredible. On 4S, guys, this thing screams. I'm sort of hesitant to even put 6S in it because it's like, why?
Yeah.
Watch this. So cool. Oh, love it, guys. Going around. Down the runway, you good? You get it?
Yes. Oh, well, I missed it, but I want it.
It's okay. Guys, this Hacker battery's doing pretty good so far. Pretty juicy. I'd say juicy fruit. Do you guys remember the juicy fruit ads? The juice, the juice, the juice. Oh, let's race them. Here we go, here we go. Oh yeah. That guy wants to watch, but his wife is like, pay attention, we're going to the cemetery. Folks, get busy living or get busy dying. Seriously, everybody dies, but not everybody lives. This plane will help you live, I promise. If you want to buy it from the links in the video description below, you'll help support our channel financially with small gifts and contributions from the manufacturers we work with. Obviously, in this case, FMS. Oh, there's our warning. Okay, I'm gonna just go into full on crazy, don't want to crash mode. Take off flaps, gear coming down. We're going into the economy flight, which is the boring flight. Okay, so here we go. Didn't think it would run that quick, but it did. I was not being very nice to it. Full landing flaps here, a little bit of throttle. Watch yourself, please, camera crew, just in case. Woo! Whoa! Didn't even make it to the runway, but it's about 10% throttle there. One thing I did notice about this FMS plane is that it is one of the hardest P-51s I've ever flown in terms of getting greasy, beautiful landings. And no, we are not gonna end on that landing. I refuse to. We're gonna fly better and we're gonna get a good landing because that was embarrassment to RCHacker. Throttle cut is currently on. Ew. Ew.
Gross.
We are going to take off and go around and just do a nice, not terrible landing, because that was embarrassing. And we're gonna start from right here. The wind is kind of getting a little bit more laminar, but it's still a little bit gusty. Okay, you'll be good there. All right, throttle cuts off. We'll see if we can get this off the ground again. Our timer is just elapsing at 11 seconds. That was a 5-minute timer. We got to 4 before alarms. Okay, real light on the throttle there. Just doing a go around, 25% throttle there. Gear going up out of the takeoff flaps. Real conservative flight here. We're just trying to get a landing, because I'm always super embarrassed when I do a landing like that. That's just really, really junk. Okay, so takeoff flaps coming. The wind is just at a weird angle, folks. We're having to take the approach. I gotta get down here through the rotor. Okay, be where you need to be. You good? Mm-hmm. Okay, with the landing flaps, we're gonna have to come in at an angle. There we go.
That's good.
Much better. Whee! Okay, so if you guys need to replace your speakers quick, we'll be picking things back up. And guess what's next, guys? Guess what's next? Okay, throttle cuts on. What do you have in your pocket?
Well, I have one of these.
What is that? 6S 100C? Are you kidding me? Yes, we are gonna put that in our P-51 now. And so RCHacker, eat your hearts out. We're gonna stick this thing in where it shouldn't be and see how it feels. So let's go ahead and check this out. First of all, I wanna show you where I put the smaller pack. Of course, this is a 1300 milliamp hour, so it's about the same weight, a little bit heavier still. But I'm curious how this is gonna fit, because the cavity in this plane is small. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're using small batteries. Also, I love the way it flies, and I wanted to get it lighter on its feet. You'll notice I had a pretty good landing there. Wasn't too hard, but it does like a 3-wheel landing, which is kind of lame-o on a P-51 if you ask me. See where my strap is? Voltage alarm says 3 is 3.72, 4 is 3.61, all is 14.6. We could go for a while. 3.67 and then 3.66. Okay, so full disclosure, this thing is garbagey. I should probably replace it, but I'm too cheap to do so.
I do have the XBC in my pocket.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, if you want it.
Let's stick it in. Okay, XBC battery checker. This thing doesn't suck. It's actually awesome. If you don't have one yet, you should get one. 9% left. Like I said, we could probably do another couple of go-rounds, but I'm not gonna. Okay, so 9% left and 3.66, and pretty much within about a 1/10 or so on the range, which is really good. So you'll note I put it vertical. I should have put it horizontal. I'm gonna unplug from my adapter. I had to build an adapter because this plane comes with the EC5. That's because it's got an 80 amp ESC, which is why I'm not afraid to stick something where it shouldn't be. And I'm just gonna actually jank that out. Then you see that strap is all the way down there, so I'm just gonna pull that up. You see there's one more strap up there, so I was just kind of sliding this up so it wouldn't move, okay? These have been a godsend. Using those shelf liners makes it so easy. And if you look at the height of this pack, same height, so it should fit in there, but also same height. So we gotta go flat, okay? Oh man, that's thick.
Ooh.
That's thick, I like it. So I'm gonna pull this tight, hold it into the shelf liner, no problem at all. That thing ain't moving. Okay, voltage alarm here. This is again 6S. If it catches on fire before we take off, it's gonna be hilarious. Throttle cuts on. Camera crew, you wanna feel that? Let's show the people. This is the one we just pulled out.
Oh, that's not bad.
No puffage whatsoever, but it is warm, okay? So we'll just go ahead and let the camera crew take that. She's always cold anyway. Wait for things to catch on fire. Oh yeah, buddy, she initiated. Sometimes they don't when they're the wrong size. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. It's gonna be like incredible. So we're gonna, probably what we'll do is we'll be a little bit conservative. Also note the paint chipping. We do second thoughts, guys, and we don't hold anything back. If a plane sucks, we tell you this plane does not suck, it's very good. But I'm disappointed that the paint is chipping around the opening because it is beautiful paint on this plane. Okay, throttle cut is on and tested. I'm gonna go ahead and place it at the end of the runway. We're gonna give this thing a quick CG test with the gear down. You can see the CG marks there. The wind's at my back. On the tail, it's perfect. On the front, it's probably a little bit tail heavy. So what that tells me is I'm gonna tend to have probably a little bit of a three-wheel landing. If I could get that battery forward a little bit, it probably would be a little bit more stable even without stabilization. But we do have stabilization and it is gorgeous on this plane. Okay, timer's cleared, 5-minute timer's in. Throttle cuts off, takeoff flaps deployed. Oh man, that thing is, holy cow. Out of the flaps. Look at the throttle position. Look at that. I'm not even at 50%.
That's crazy.
I could have had it off the ground at an inch. Look how fast it is already. Holy cow, this thing is gonna be so fast. Okay, let's just do a couple of passes at like 60%. That's, just so you guys know, that is 25% throttle. Okay, watch the vertical here. Okay, at 30%, watch the vertical. Almost unlimited, but not quite, at 30%. Okay, so it stalls out there. All right, coming down the runway, the dead stick. Being nice to my ESC. Okay, 15%, 20% throttle. Look at this, guys, just a gorgeous plane. 50% throttle. Okay, so we're at 50% throttle on 6S, just under, about 45, 40, 30. Okay, we're gonna take this turn, use the rudder to get us down the chute. That's 80% throttle. It's crazy. Okay, here's 100% throttle. Obviously unlimited vertical. Our voltage alarm is pissed about something. I have it set to 3.4. There's no way it's already dead. We might have killed it, and if we did, no big deal. A little bit of rudder to get that nose pointed downhill. Going right over the vampire killing zone and full throttle. Whoa! That's full throttle, very quick. A little bit of oscillation. Stabilizer induced. That pilot, the manned aircraft is over the sun, and he's probably 2,500 feet. We're good. Full throttle, that is incredible. Look at this, guys. Holy crap. Out of the throttle. Okay, here we go, getting it down the chute and full throttle. Full throttle. That is nuts. Look at the spin. Okay, the ESC is probably very pissed at me right now, but that's okay. Just gliding out of it, giving a little bit of brake, 15%, 20, 30% throttle. That's David. The guy who honked at us is the guy who sold us the land. Super nice family, really like him. When you're doing a big deal with hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line, it can create for some stressful situations, but they've turned out to be amazing. Really good to deal with. Really cool neighbors. We never expected it. Oh, that is incredible. Look at this, guys. That's got to be like 130. Man, that is nuts. Okay, here we go. Just out of the throttle. A little bit of juice, 15, 20% there. And yet, look at this. Can still go in the bowl, folks. Takeoff flaps coming down just to show you what it can do. We got a lot of wind at our face now. Look at this, up and over the house. Beautiful little roll, out of the flaps. You getting good footage?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we're gonna go over the end of the house. We're gonna try for a full speed pass, almost out of midair with that bird. I just got hit by raindrops or spit. Okay, we're gonna try for full speed. Okay, you good? Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go, full speed. You can really hear it bog at the end of that throttle pass. Okay, here we go, full speed. That is nutso. Guys, just loving this plane. It is so cool on 6S. Camera crew is hating it. Folks, you know, when we fly here, ooh, that's dead. Okay. Still flyable. A little bit of throttle. We might be dead stick here. Oh, crappers. Full landing flaps, and we're gonna land with the wind, I guess. You guys may notice I just traded a bunch of airspeed for vector. And my best freaking landing on a freaking dead stick, what the heck?
I was just gonna say, you're
throttle
like
cut.
4.5.
Okay, timer, 35 seconds left. Okay, that was nuts, really fast. Really loved that I could get it down the chute like that. Of course, we had the little doohickey at the end. That's no big deal. Okay, throttle cuts on. Camera crew's gonna hold that for me. In fact, let's shut off those takeoff flaps because they look, or the landing flaps. Okay. That was a pretty good save. I was scared to death because the wind was coming strong when we did that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, nah, we're gonna lose this plane because I'm not gonna have enough airspeed to get it to roll. Nope, I thought those were loose. Oh. Let's check the other one. Nice, FMS, good job. A battery or a plane that actually survived. Okay, so we were definitely dead on that. Oh, whew. Okay, oh, 2.83. Okay, let's use the XBC. That's a waste of time.
It's in my hand.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll stick this in the doohickey, stick this doohickey in the doohickey and the other doohickey. Okay, guys, the battery lead is a little bit toasty. Okay, here we go, guys. Oh, zero. Oh, see, it looks like my oil life monitor. 2.99, 2.92, 3, 3.2, 2.97, and 3.4. Okay, so generally not good balance performance. Just to be clear, we've charged this battery one time. Not generally a great idea to go and beat the crap out of your batteries on the first day, but we do it here on Brian Phillips RC. We do it for you at home. You know why? She was not happy about that.
Is it hot?
Oh, wow. Yeah, we got some stickies on there. You know what the sticky comes from?
He melted the shelf liner?
No, it's actually the backing of the Velcro. But I just wanted to show you guys this. It is hot, like almost 150 degrees. Now, how do you know something's 150 degrees? If you can put your hand on it and you cannot keep it, it's over 150. If it's below 150, like that's pretty hot. It's starting to kind of almost make my skin uncomfortable. So just to be clear, 100C, that's kind of hot. I'm gonna lay it down right there and just let it kind of hang out and maybe start on fire. I said we were gonna try to start a fire tonight and I wasn't joking. Oh, sorry, I gotta take off my stylish visor. You guys love my visors. So I'm gonna just put that on the ground for a minute. Watch this. Does not smell like burnt electronics. Here,
That's good.
Try camera crew. See? Nothing. Oh, guys, this plane doesn't care at all. It's like the battery eater. It's like, you give it to me, I eat it up. Just like the blender. I would not put one of those in the blender, by the way.
No, don't do that.
Wow. Oh man, look at that.
Is it puffing more?
No, it stopped puffing. That's just sticky stuff from the underside. You guys see that sticky stuff that comes off on my hands? So guys, 100C and it puts out. Yeah, so pretty good. Now, when this cools, maybe it'll unpuff, but I'm not gonna throw caution to the wind. I think really what's appropriate right now for RCHacker is to put another one in here and try to destroy it. Let's do that now. Do you have another one? Where is it?
It's in my pocket.
Which one?
Back here.
Oh, okay,
That
cool.
pocket.
All right, so I got it. 1300 milliamp hour, 100C. And what we're gonna do this time is we are going to, instead of over discharging it, which is kind of maybe not fair, I'm gonna set my timer, and I'm gonna be mean this time. I'm gonna set my timer for 4 minutes, okay? So let's go to the timer, change the countdown timer to 4, okay? So that's what you get, 4 minutes of pure delight. So let's stuff this thing in the hole and see how it does.
You're still putting your voltage alarm on, right?
Yes, yeah, I will.
Okay.
And I just feel like it flies really good with this pack size. I love it. It's light on its feet. It does everything you want. Granted, it did everything we wanted with every battery.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you stick it in. She just puts out. So I'm gonna just do that. And then, hey, do you have the little voltage alarm?
No.
Oh, you know what? It's right here.
I was gonna say.
Right there.
Yeah.
So we'll stick this in here. We're gonna double check our throttle cut is on. We're gonna stuff that down. Guys, this plane is something else. You know, it's gonna kill me because when we first released our footage, you know, FMS was like, oh yes, choose this date. And we're like, oh, okay, yeah, except it's freaking out of stock.
Immediately.
Immediately.
Sorry, guys.
So it's like, what the heck, people? So we get mad when they tell us to do that stuff because obviously that's also how we get paid in how we run our channel, this small business or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so then they send us this awesome plane and tantalize you guys and punish you with footage of an amazing plane that you can't buy immediately. We don't like that. So what I'm gonna say is, we are committed to waiting until this thing is back in stock to release this footage. Hopefully that's not next year. And if it is next year, we probably will have to release it quicker because we told RCHacker that we would do this review. And actually I asked him, I said, hey, I got this new plane and sure, I'll try to blow up your battery. They didn't actually ask us to destroy the battery, but that's okay because we're gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
We don't let people pick our content. When we work with these bigger companies too, we tell them the same thing. And the funny thing is, we only work with the companies that are gonna let us do what we think is right. And that's cool. All right, so success again. Look at that thing. Trying to do a little bit more refined takeoff that time. Jeez. It's already beeping. Takeoff flaps. Oh man, we got some clouds finally.
I know, I'm loving it.
Guys, clouds really help with footage for what we're doing. Oh, there's a cat. That's always fun with the 140 mile an hour planes. Just showboating around. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Man, that battery puts out. That is nuts. That 100C is no joke. Now, I gotta say 100C, but it's still gonna destroy itself. Takeoff flaps. I must say, I love the way this plane looks, and I love the way this plane flies. I also love our new windsock that I just flew next to. I haven't hit it yet, but I probably will soon. It's like a UFO pulled it up into space. Okay, full speed pass. You good? That was way out there.
Yeah.
Over the ego killing zone. That is so cool. Goodness gracious. Guys, you know when you fly a simulator and you're like, whatever, plane would never do that. That's kind of the way this plane flies. It's like nuts all the time. 10% throttle, folks. And it's still fast. So if you're a beginner and you want to fly this plane, just don't. You're really pissing in the wind. You're going to crash the plane. You're going to be miserable. It actually flies great, but it's just not, it just flies fast.
Yeah.
So you need to be prepared to fly fast if you're flying this plane. And if you fly this plane on 6S, you better be prepared to give yourself some brakes or you will burn that ESC up in midair. Okay, going up and then down. You guys good? Okay, out of throttle. Takeoff flaps, landing flaps, slowing it down just to show you the wide envelope. I'm sorry, I'm probably in your way. If I am, I apologize. Okay, dirty pass. Look how slow it is, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my alarm is set to 3.4 for beeping. Okay, just so you guys know, takeoff flaps, a little bit of throttle just to keep it flying, and then out of the takeoff flaps, and just unlimited vertical. It's just like a rocket ship. Folks, on 4S, this plane is plenty fun. On 6S, it's insane. That is so crazy. Do you remember the V1200? I do too. Do you remember how I didn't really care for it that much? Okay, got to watch for manned aircraft here. And yes, that manned aircraft is way up there. We're good. He's probably 3,000 or 4,000 feet up.
I do remember that.
Here, let's show people what we're seeing. Okay, this is Cessna longitude, maybe?
Maybe.
I can't tell.
Way up there.
Yeah, he's way up there. Okay, see? Okay, everybody knows now. Guys, we always respect manned aircraft because people's lives are more important than my fun hobby. Okay? I know some of you guys have disagreements of opinion on whether or not you should fly in certain areas, and that's not what our channel's all about. Oh, that's a dead stick. Okay, take off flaps. Well, this is gonna be a lot harder landing. Okay, gear going down, stay where you are, please. Okay. I might crash this time, not sure. Full landing flaps this time. Woo! 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 Oh, yes! 6 seconds. 6 seconds passed and on the tarmac. I almost lost that plane because I was going to screw around with a manned aircraft. So anyway, getting back to the point, what I was making before I did that, here on Brian Phillips RC, we do some things, we push the envelope. We do that because we want you to see how these planes perform. We do it on our own property. We do it in a safe manner. And we try to encourage you guys to do safe things. And what is it, what is that Jordan Peter, I forget his name. Anyway, he says like teach your kids to do dangerous things safely or something like that. Is that what he says? Okay, so anyway.
That's the gist of it, yeah.
That's teach your adult children to do dangerous things safely. So anyway, because the world's gonna eat you up if you think you can have everything tied up in a little box with a bow. It's not the way it works in the real world. I love that plane. It's a cool plane. These batteries, I don't know if they're gonna survive me flying them, but let's check it out. You got that XPC in your pocket?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh yeah, way cooler. I mean, it's still warm, but it's not like catching on fire. So RCHacker, that was kind of cool. Never worked with RCHacker before. Yeah, it still didn't charge itself or anything, so not surprisingly.
Okay.
But sometimes you'll get lipos will actually relax and they'll come back some.
Yeah. That one actually did come up a bit because a couple of them were 2.9.
Well, and
all 3.2.
We regrettably, I was really mean on this flight.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really, really hard. But it was awesome though. It was awesome. And you know, this plane flies better than the V1200 and it lands better than the V1200. Nah, the V1200 technically lands better, but it just rolls out forever. And thrust reverse does make a difference. But on prop planes, some prop planes, especially tricycles, I feel like you get a lot less use out of reverse thrust because it's just harder on the tail gear. So I feel like tricycles, Primero. Okay, so let's look at this together. All right, so complaints about this plane, you've already heard them. This purple paint coming off around the canopy, don't like that. Oh geez, yeah, it's in the twos. Okay, so we're gonna pull this thing out. I wanna get the flap shut off first. Okay, and you may have noticed that my battery did not move at all. That's pretty awesome. And we were not exactly being like really delicate with this plane. We were being actually kind of crazy with it. Oh boy. That's hot. That's a little bit hot. You want to touch? Yeah, don't touch the sticky stuff.
Ew.
Yeah, it's hot.
Warm.
It's a little toastadelic, okay? So RCHacker, eat your heart out. I don't know if you expected me to beat the crap out of your battery. That one says, it's just like the oil life monitor, 0%. So strange when you go for a month past the oil change. So anyway, anyway, I'm just gonna like put this down before it catches fire in my hand. If it does, I'm gonna move my NX8 just a little bit further away over here. So in closing, if you want an exciting experience, I can tell you this, that battery, if it was a larger capacity, would probably perform better in this plane. Now, why? You're like, Brian, that's not what matters. It kind of does. There is a limit. The capacity only matters when you consume so much of it that it can't recover. That's when you puff. Or when you overdraw the pack, which we also did. Or if you draw it too fast, which we also did. So basically, if you want a recipe for disaster, just fly the plane exactly like I did. And you'll love it, every minute of it. And by the way, do you feel the wind? Show them the windsock, the beautiful windsock. What the heck? So weird.
It is super weird.
We love those windsocks. By the way,
very cool.
Show them over there.
Yeah, we have
Look,
two more.
we have 2 more.
There's a red and white one, like right past the bridge, and then there's a blue and white one.
Just like this one?
Right there in the trees.
And no, that's far enough away to not hit the power lines.
Yes,
just in case you're wondering. Yeah. So in closing, 4S, 1500. Do you have the example in your pocket still? Is this the one we used?
That's the one we used.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah, let's get this. No, where's the other one? I don't think that's the one we used.
Or is that the one? Oh, that's the one we used. That one's still a little bit warm.
Warm?
Yep.
0 puff. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's the one we haven't used,
Yep.
so we're not gonna compare. And let's just compare that to the Success. Yeah, we might have been a little bit hard on this. So that being said, guys, we're gonna push the limits on these airplanes so that you don't have to push the limits on your airplanes. Now, are there ways that you could fly this on Success without puff and packs? Yeah, if you just like didn't fly it like it had Success in it, you'd be fine. Because honestly, if you just drew the current out slower, there'd be less of a demand and there would be more capability. I also think the ESC in this is sufficient. It's not even hot. I can't smell anything. And believe me, when you make an ESC hot from a flight like that, it would be smelly, like a lot smelly. I mean, I have a lot of planes that are rated for Success that smell and are warm, okay? Nothing of the sort with this plane. Phenomenal. Good job, FMS. Hopefully this thing gets back in stock soon so we can release this footage because this is a sweet plane. I really like it. Good job on the 4S. Amazing fit for this plane, guys. Now, full disclosure, and I'm not trying to pull any punches here, RCHacker, this plane is designed for 4S. That's what it's designed for. So we knew that we were pushing the batteries beyond its limits a little bit. But the plane did good. The battery wasn't so happy about it.
But it did it.
But now, that leads to the next question, and that is, what size 6S is big enough to not puff and be destroyed?
But what size 6S is small enough to actually fit in there?
Very good point. And that's exactly why we talked to RCHacker about this application. So, and by the way, if you go to their website, you can buy these from the links below. We have links, I don't know, maybe we'll have links, maybe not. Either way, thanks RCHacker, that was a fun experience. I would have liked to get a little bit more life out of those Success packs, but I would say that, you know, I mean, even if you look at this one, it's really relaxed. That's incredible. It's still warm. This one is still pissed at life and saying, what the heck did you do to me? So we're gonna see. If your battery comes out of a plane looking like this, that means you were either A, too hard on it, or B, it's just the wrong battery for the job. So I think we've established that I was both. And I wasn't nice to it. But I'll tell you what, it was a cool flight. You know what? Let's give them one more flight. We got another battery that's not spent. Can we do one more? Are we gonna try to do? But let's not do one more.
I know.
Guys,
sorry,
that's all you get. Stay tuned. So much more coming on Brian Phillips RC. Thanks to RCHacker for sending these batteries out. They sent us these 4 batteries to try. And you can follow the links in the video description below to get your very own. Obviously, we're gonna link to this sweet FMS P-51 in the Voodoo, which my understanding is that the Voodoo is now painted different in real life, but this model is still available in 4 different finishes. There's ones like Miss America, Miss America, and then there's also the red Dago or Dago.
Yeah, something
yeah,
like
I don't know, something
and
like, we don't
then
know.
there's one that's all blue.
And you guys are
thunder.
gonna destroy me for not knowing what they are.
Sorry.
But there's a blue one. And anyway, we got
The
links.
links are labeled
Check the links in the
correctly
video
on
description below.
BrianPhillipsRC.com.
Yep. And we'll try to have as many links that exist so that you guys can buy these planes if you want to, and you'll be supporting our channel if you buy through our links. Obviously, check out BrianPhillipsRC.com so you can see the full suite of video footage that we put together over the last 7 years and counting, which is literally thousands of videos. They are just gonna link you back to YouTube, so it's an easy sort and search engine, and then of course you can follow the links there to buy stuff. It's the same exact thing we have in the video description below, but we've run out of characters a long time ago. Limited to 5,000 characters. We have so many different things we reviewed that we would love to share with you that we can't fit it all in there. So
People
please.
are gonna be shocked that you ran out of characters.
I know, amazing. I don't know how that could possibly happen. So anyway, definitely check out the links in the video description below. Buy these planes, buy these batteries, buy the NX8, the AR620, these sort of things help to support our channel, and we appreciate you doing it. If you just hate this plane, you hate this battery, you hate the things that we reviewed in the past, or maybe it's too expensive to ship where you are, you can set up a Patreon account and support us in that way, or with PayPal. Either one, we appreciate it. And thanks so much, guys, for your patronage. Don't forget to like the videos. We do a long format, and YouTube punishes us. Just so you know, if you give us likes, that helps to counter whatever is cooked into the algorithm that punishes us for doing long format, because that's what you guys demand, and so we try to keep doing that. But obviously our second thoughts are shorter videos, so we don't get quite as punished on those, but still give us a thumbs up anyway. And don't forget to tell your friends. If you're new to the hobby if you've got 72 megahertz SIG Eaglet in the basement, and that's the last plane you flew and you're getting back into the hobby, we'll help you get up to speed, because there is a lot of terminology that's changed. There's a lot of technology that's getting a lot better, and it's a lot cheaper and a lot more economical and a lot better in a lot of different ways, and some that's bad. But anyway, we'll help get you up to speed so you know what you're doing, and you can get right back up in the air like you never got off the bandwagon in the first place, and you'll be hooked just like that, I promise. Because here on Brian Phillips RC, we're always trying to bring you the latest and greatest. Thanks for watching.